Oh, what a morning. What a morning. So, first of all, welcome once again to the Monday morning stream. Once again, my name is Ron. I am the host here. So, just let you know, links are over at, are in all the Discords that I know. Um, so, if you guys want to jump in, that's great. Uh, link is in the CMP, is on the CMP Discord. And that is date is off. Yeah, well, I'm not even gonna bother with it. It's should be the right date actually, because I just copied it over from Windows. So it'd be 19, which is the year. Month is the 8th. Date is the 7th. If the date's off, oh well. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'll go in and fix it up after the end of the stream. But yeah, good morning, everybody. So let's talk about morning. Was not a good morning for me. I'm still waking up, but come downstairs, find out my computer's in a freaking loop because Microsoft decided to push an update through. Fine, makes sense. It's Wednesday, update Tuesdays. It's not the first time I've woken up without an update not going in properly. So go in, push it out, went to log in, and I noticed my internet's not working. Okay, problem number 2. Open up the ceiling tiles, pull out the router, disconnect it, plug it back in. Go into CMP, go into control panel, make sure everything's working, and I have no connection still. Fun. So I go and do a ping 192.168.0.1. No response. Curious. Pop open the ceiling tile, look at my router. Router's reading okay. I'm not getting signal to the router. Finally, I got through to the router. Got in the router, did a ping from the router. Router can't see anything. I'm like, okay, something's weird. Make sure Old Town basement and got okay. Well, bro, yeah. But anyways, so got that working. Call Rogers tech support because they're the ones that own the router. They were able to get into the router and able to let me see the internet. So while I'm trying to see the internet and talking tech support, I didn't get a chance to have my breakfast. Yeah, no, I know the song he's talking about now. I had to think about that for a second. Oh, yo, yeah, yo-yos. How's it going, Jake? So needless to say, about a couple hours on tech support. Now I'm back online, so you can't buy your own modem from Rogers. Now they moved the fiber optic. It's like you have to have a special fiber optic router in your house. So if I was to buy the router off of them or buy the cable connection, it's about what, 300? I think the guy quoted me. Yeah, it's like $300, and I was like, nah, I'll just rent it. It's not worth it. Not worth the headaches. Because they're getting ready to switch over to full fiber. So I'm on the Rogers United or Ignite service. So it's not like the old days where we can just go. No, they changed the cable over to Ignite service, so they're getting everybody over to fiber optic signals, and they're pushing the whole cable network onto the internet. So we have to use the Ignite service. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're getting ready to switch everyone over to fiber optic. Hey, good morning, Tanner. How you doing, buddy? I didn't get a chance to see your stream this morning yet. From last morning, But I will get a chance to see it. Hopefully, it's just been a fun week. I could go Tech Savvy, but Tech Savvy is the same issue now. Pulling a good deal from Rogers right now, which is even cheaper than Tech Savvy. So, how's the new blender for you? Are you finding it actually really good this time around, Tanner? I know you were using their beta and you like the beta, so. Not necessarily. My friends with Tech Savvy has had nothing but headaches in the last 3 weeks. So, because Tech Savvy is getting ready to switch over all their users to off of DSL to cable and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Will it blend? Ooh. Was the Vitamix that made that commercial? Will it blend? I remember that used to be internet saying, "Will it blend?" I wonder if they actually sold a lot of blenders because of that. Oops, sorry. That's the one I wanted to show. Joe Paddock's in the house. Good morning, Joe. Yeah. So everybody's coming on right now. So we got, let's see. Everyone's on. Okay, so let's start talking. So, some interesting stuff came across my path, and I've probably talked about this before, but never really got into it. So, I'm just going to set this up here for a share screen. Application window, this one, share. Okay. Not there yet, so give me a moment here. But yeah, I was looking around, just trying to find out what's going with the Hamilton Mini Maker Expo or Maker Fair, and it's now up and running. So they got the webpage up, they got a date, everything now. So let's share the screen here. There it is, Hamilton Mini Maker Fair, happening on Sunday, August the 25th, 2019. I will be there. This is just want to show you guys because they have a call for makers is open. So I clicked on, being an attendee, and I think I clicked on register. Boy, I clicked on the news. There was an interesting article I ran across on here because they're having issues. Let's see if I can see it. Attendees, I think it's attend. Oh, here it is. Participate. Call for makers. So they're looking for makers right now because they're only at 25% capacity. Yeah, I know. YouTube issues. But they're only at 25%. So if any of you guys are going to be in the Toronto area or are going to be in Canada, to say Ontario specifically, and want to come down for the Maker Faire, it's not that far away. I know it's stupid for one day. I agree, but when I see this saying only at 25%, that worries me. But yeah, I'm still going to go show up. Got Maker coins being produced right here. So, but if you guys are free, let's make this thing an event. If you want to have a little bit more information, come down to this address right here. I just wait for Colin to get all things set up. I can see him in the background here. He's ready to come in. That's the link, hamiltonmakerfair.com. And yeah, come on out. Have some fun. So hang on. Bring Colin into the mix right now.
Hey, how's it going?
Here's Colin. Let me go put my ears on so I can hear him. Hey, Colin, how's it going?
Ears. There we go. Ears help.
Yes, they do.
It goes. Oh, I need to turn this thing off. I woke up at like 7 this morning and thought I would just hang out, make some coffee, and then wait around for you to start the stream. Then I didn't quite roll out of bed. My normal behavior sounds like I'm a lab rat. My normal behavior in the morning is to turn on the news or watch a podcast or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching Waffle Masses, which is always great fun. Hey, John, how's it going? And Ryan, hey. And so Waffle Masses, it's this legal analysis YouTube channel. So I was doing that, and then I rolled over, and then I rolled over again and saw the clock, and it was 10:25. that was my morning. Turned on your channel, saw that you had a wonderful morning with your internet. Always good.
Oh yeah, since I was working in the middle of the night, when I woke up at 3:00 in the morning and just was wide awake and googly eye and everything else.
I had this idea that I was gonna reset my router and do some other things last night and let it work overnight and get all synced up, because it takes like an hour to get my DSL synced up. It should take like 5 minutes. Anyway, didn't do that, so I'm still operating poorly. Folks, how's the video on here? Am I all pixelated or what?
Oh, it's a 06. I see what it did. Oops. Okay. I can fix that in my stream. No, it's coming in clear. You're coming in excellent.
Oh, cool. All right.
Everybody was telling me my stream date was wrong, and I was like, no, I copied it over. Then I see what it did, so I'm just gonna fix that while we're doing this.
Oh, on the YouTube side.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I did that.
So I've made some progress on my my printer. I still did, as you did. I didn't get any breakfast, so
yeah,
I might have to run and make some coffee at some point.
Oh yeah, you can always go and get some coffee.
I just got back from Vegas.
Yeah, how was Vegas, by the way?
Vegas was kind of awesome. I got sunburned, as one does in the desert. When one doesn't listen to one's buddies who say, "Put on the sunscreen, dummy." Well, we did a reunion show for a podcast I used to do called Nerd World. You can find it in Nerd World TV. I guess nerdworldtv.com. I think we ended up doing it on Facebook rather than YouTube for reasons that escape me. But
well, I think at the time, like going back about a couple of years, it was really Facebook was the place to be when it was live stream, and then all of a sudden it went up, and then.
Well, when we were doing this on a a platform called Blab that was one of these 4UP WebRTC chat environments, and when we were able to put, and that was about the time that YouTube first launched live video, and then like 2 or 3 months later, Facebook launched theirs. So we were right at the cutting edge at that time. Doesn't want to what?
Tell you. Well, Robbie Mack said you can't tell us what happened in Vegas, and Robbie Mack's like he says can't / doesn't want to.
No, I mean what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Exactly.
But except for 9 months later or 18 years later, depending how it goes. But which is somebody else's joke. Some stand-up comics. It's a variant of some stand-up comics joke, so I don't get credit for that. Anyway, no. So in Vegas, I did this reunion podcast, and I ended up flying into LA, picking up a friend of mine, and we drove from LA to Vegas, which is. So flew 5 hours, then drove 5 hours. That was fun. Got there. We stayed at the world's worst hotel. No, second worst hotel.
What hotel?
We stayed at the Downtown Grand, which grubby place, man.
Mm-hmm.
But cheap's good.
Well, there's also I work for when I was back about a few years ago. I used to work for a travel agency, so I was getting my it didn't last long, but it was something I tried to do. And one of the hotels I was warned about, you do not send people to these 3 hotels, and that was on the list.
Well, that was before it got remodeled. It had a different name back. Well, maybe that was after it got remodeled. I think it got remodeled 3 or 4 years ago. But and it got renamed.
I think it was called the Circus, and they were talking about
No, there's Circus. That's on the Strip, though. That's different.
Oh, this was not on the Strip?
No, this is downtown. It's right off of Fremont Street.
Okay, no, that's not on.
Which, of course, was remodeled massively in the last couple of years using Zappos money.
Okay.
The Zappos CEO put a whole bunch of money into remodeling Fremont Street. So now you have the Fremont Street experience.
Okay.
And so it's crazy. They've got they've got a zip line running down the length of Fremont Street and other craziness. But so there's the D, which is really the worst name for a hotel ever.
Oh God.
The D Hotel, which I don't know what that was originally, but you know the other ones on Fremont, you've got Binion's, and you've got the Golden Nugget.
Okay.
And those are the 2 main old casinos that are up there. And then they sort of jammed all these new little shops and touristy nonsense things in. So I went to a touristy nonsense shop and got me a shirt. Anyway, stayed there. So here's the tip: if you want to. Worst hotels ever. Yeah, there are plenty of bad hotels. So you were a travel agent at one point, did you say?
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, I was a travel agent for a company that sold airline tickets. So found out a lot about airline and how the airlines work, and I was like,
so what?
Wow.
Expedia, the company that sold airline tickets?
No, with a actual travel agent company.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say their name because don't want to. But let's put it this way.
Because he's a good guy.
No, because he gave me a shot. They didn't think I had the chops for it. Didn't. But they gave me a chance anyways. I still deal with them because they're the only one that will still does a lot of good stuff with like you got a problem with your flight, you call them back, and hell and high water, you get your money back. But yeah, because I flew with them back in. I use this company because they're pretty damn good, and they seem to get just as good as Expedia, and then a little bit extras that get thrown in, which is kind of odd. When I flew on out to, was it? Yeah, I had to fly out to Florida for one winter because we were going to see my uncle who moved there for the winters, and we want to get away from the stupid ass cold Canadian weather. Flew down through Air Canada Jazz. Now, Jazz is a mid-level airline, so Air Canada's here. Their Jazz service is down here. And they have another service that's up here, which is called Air Canada Express. So I was flying on their Jazz service, which is propeller driven. But this was actually, we got on a jet, which was kind of nice. But when we took off, took off, landed back on time, but they told us, like, if there's any issue with your flight, your hotel, getting to your hotel, let us know. We'll look into it and we'll find out what's going on with your reservations. And yeah, had a little bit of a problem at the hotel. Within 20 minutes, it was fixed. With Expedia, I know it can take time with them. Usually takes like 3 hours to fix a problem. So
I don't know. I've not had a huge problem with Expedia. But I did learn my lesson. Do not, and I did book through Expedia. It doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, they did what they're supposed to do. No, my buddy picked the hotel as a cost saving measure. And if you decide to stay at the Downtown Grand, make sure you pay the upcharge for the desk drawer. I have this great picture. We didn't realize this until the morning that we checked out. But there's supposed to be a desk drawer. It's got rollers, underneath the desk between the beds, right?
Yep.
And there's no drawer. It's just missing. But aside from that little meme that we managed to come up with, the bellhop sucked. Our room was not ready. We checked in at like 7:30 at night. The room was not ready. Okay, well, let us know when the room's ready. We'll just go have a beer over in the bar here. And at 8:30, no, didn't let us know. All right, well, we got to go find some dinner, and we were going to go. We had reservations across the street, but we still got our luggage. So I said, all right, well, is the room ready? No, we'll just leave it with the bellhop. Okay, fine. And he said, well, I'll take care of it. I'll put it in the room, no problem. All right, so tip the bellhop. Come back. They never told us the room was ready. We had to go back to the front desk, stand in the line again to ask him whether the room was ready. They said, oh, yeah, sure, it's been ready. So, well, why didn't you text us like you said you were going to? Oh, so sorry. That was the other guy. What, you had a shift change and couldn't get your shit together? What the fuck? We went to the bellhop. Bellhop says, they never texted me either. Oh, so is our luggage here? Or, yeah, well, I can put it in the room. So, well, why don't you do that? We're going to go do some other things. They said, I can't put it in your room unless you're there. I guess that's a security thing. They don't trust the bellhops anymore.
Maybe it's something to do with.
I remember when you tip a bellhop $20, they'll actually put the luggage in your room and unpack it for you. I mean, I guess I'm old or something. But anyway, yeah. So service bad. The breakfast is not included, but they have a restaurant. Well, of course, you have to walk through the casino to get to the restaurant. Their breakfast there was quite reasonable. But if you end up staying at the Downtown Grand, don't bother ever eating there. Just go to Three Georges across the street and get a tomahawk steak.
That much better, eh?
It's big and meaty, and you won't have to worry about eating for the next 3 days. Okay. But no, so I used to run on the tech side. I used to run VegasChatter.com, which was a travel review site that back then we were competing and successfully competing with TripAdvisor. We were the number 2 Vegas travel website out there outside of Vegas.com. So I ended up going to Vegas on their dime a couple of times, and that was equally interesting. They and anyway, without getting sidetracked on those stories, we're here to talk about 3D printing, right?
Yeah. So I've already talked a little bit about the adventures I'm seeing right now in the 3D printing world, like with the Hamilton Maker Faire, which I will be at. How has the Prusa stuff been going? Because I heard that because of my stream, they contacted you.
It seems that way, yes. So that stream, well, we were. I was griping, as you recall, and
griping, I think, is a little understatement, but yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
New motor for Colin. They didn't contact me about it. The first I heard about it after the stream was I got a DHL notice that it was arriving after I left for Vegas.
That must have made you feel all happy and gooey inside.
Oh, it was great. Yes, I discovered it as I was getting onto the plane that it was going to arrive 2 days later. So frantically called my neighbors. Here, go get my package for me.
Hey,
I have.
Just give me 1 second, guys. If you're in the regular chat, turn yourselves to the live chat, please. We got someone in there who's making a call out to Mr. Buttram. So yeah, just in case he wasn't paying attention. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. But so for everyone else, it's not.
In my further Prusa investigations, as you recall, they replaced my power supply at one point, and that works fine. It delivers 23.7 volts instead of 24, but that's okay. There's a potentiometer on there that I can dick around with. I did explore what might be wrong with my other power supply, the original one that came with it. Can you see anything wrong with this?
There's no bottom on it?
Well, I took the bottom off.
Oh, okay. A broken
That's
wire.
supposed to be connected to something.
I would figure that, yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Who knows?
Well, if you contact Prusa chat support, they will say, I don't have a circuit diagram for that, and we would rather just send you a replacement power supply. To which I said, you've already sent me a replacement power supply. I just want to understand what's wrong with this one.
So do you send that power supply back to them, or?
They said I shouldn't bother, and it'll probably cost $30 or $40 to ship the thing back to the Czech Republic. But
here's an idea, Prusa. Why don't you just send me the schematic so I can just solder the wire back on?
Well, that's sort of what I was asking, and of course that board is open hardware. So that's sort of vaguely what I did. That's the board. Oh, whoops. That didn't work.
Go to full screen.
Hang on, I have to jump through a hoop here, I think. That's the board. You know where I found that? Well, you can see where I found
that.
Sorry. But the text might be small. Sorry?
All I see is high voltage on there. Oh, MK3 Power Panic?
Yes. It's on the Prusa GitHub page.
Interesting. But
it's fascinating because their support staff doesn't have access to it or doesn't know that it exists. But on the bright side, now we know it exists.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a rendering out of Eagle or something. Oh, KiCad. It's a KiCad rendering. So if you diagram, I mean, so all we've got is this. As it turns out, we have 24 volts positive. That's what that little red wire is. So I guess that little red wire is meant to connect to one of the
now you can see, yeah.
Yep. Is meant to connect to one of the 24 volt positive output terminals on the on here. Now, if you look at this very, very closely, you will see this is not ripped. This is not torn. And I didn't cut this.
Not even tinned.
No. This is how it came, right? It was just compressed in the terminal block. That's not terminal block. It's just screw, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So, gee, I wonder why this got disconnected.
Never
I mean, you think they would have just, stripped just a little bit more of it and wrapped it around the screw or something, but no. It was just sort of jammed in there and tightened down.
Jeez.
And some electrician will tell me that that's the correct way to do it or something, but when I was messing with this kind of electronics when I was 8 years old, I never did it that way.
Nope. I didn't either.
Yep. So,
especially when you're playing with mains voltage. Hello.
Well, no, you're playing with 24 volts on that side of it.
Well, yeah, but still, it's coming out of the mains is what I meant.
Yeah. I don't know. I am not a I am not afeared of mains voltage. What happened?
Well, that was a fast print.
Yeah, something didn't work. I'm trying to get to the right device here, and it looks like my other cameras are dead. Okay. Okay, this is where we power cycle.
This is where you go bye-bye?
No, this is where I power cycle my
Yep.
I keep saying UPS ports. No.
Power supply. Your Pi?
No. USB hub. I don't know why I get UPS and USB. I need
thought
coffee.
You were gonna I thought you had to turn it off and turn it back on again, you know?
That's what I did. No, it doesn't impact my stream at all. All right, so there's that one and there's this one. And so anyway, I did manage to do a little prep work here and tested the new motor and ran all the wiring through here. So my goal for today is to get it all screwed back together. So, question for the folks: I intend to replace the my nozzle with a hardened nozzle. Should I do so before I reassemble it or after?
I put on the hard nozzle before. I would personally myself.
Yeah, that was where I was leaning. It seems like that seems like the way to go. I just wanted to be be sure I wasn't thinking about this in some stupid way that would cause some wiring to be fried or some such other nonsense. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
gotta go and buy a new.
yeah. All right. So I don't know if there's a good way. I guess I'll spin the whole thing around like this. All right. Get that out of the way. I guess it's probably best to keep the nozzle in the enclosure. And
you're heating it up, yeah.
Well, I mean, as opposed to taking the.
I would also take the sock off if I was you.
Oh, yeah. Good luck. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to take a nozzle off if you leave the sock on. But yes, that wasn't one of the things that I was going to do. No, I'm wondering if. What the hell? I don't know. Man, I need coffee.
Go get yourself some coffee. I can handle the stream for a little bit.
All right, let's see here. What are the proper tools? And
sometimes I wish I knew Spanish, but I don't.
Are people commenting in Spanish?
Yes, Mr. Buttram's taking care of it for me. Thank you so much, Mr. Buttram.
He's taking care of it, like blocking people who comment.
No, he's talking to them in Spanish.
Oh,
he says me neither. LOL. Well, he seems to be replying to her in Spanish, so I would check it. So I would ask.
Well, it's one of those things. I guess Tom has a good way of handling that in his stream. So to say, speak, you have to comment in English or we can't have you on the stream. Because if you just block somebody for commenting in a foreign language without explaining why, that's really quite racist.
True. That's why when all of a sudden I saw Mr. Buttram replying back, I guess he's using Google Translate.
That's much more effort than I would put in. Thank you.
Yeah, because
okay, so here I have my hardened nozzle.
Mine is changing from Spanish to Japanese, and I can actually understand what that means. Yeah, it's like
I've never actually used a hardened nozzle before, so this should be interesting.
Yeah,
the trick is to get this all aligned in a way that,
like, this probably looks weird to everyone else. If I was to comment in that, like, that probably doesn't make no sense to anybody right there, but I can read that, so it's like, whatever. That's what Google Translate is doing to me right now, because it's translating everything. I can type it in English to Japanese, because I was talking to my friend in Japanese last week, and I wasn't too sure of a couple of words, so to say. So
I'm sorry. Did you just say? Okay, I guess that's a Don from Germany thing.
No, it's Japanese characters consist of 3 different groups. There's hiragana, katakana, and there's romanji. Well, romanji is basically...
it was how you phrased it. I didn't know some words.
I didn't know some of the words. Some of the, well, not the words. I meant to say characters. So I was trying to think of the right phrase for it.
Okay. No, in Japanese, you're right. That's a reasonable thing. My first thought was the Antonio Banderas show on Saturday Night Live. They had a recurring character there. Antonio Banderas was played by Will. What was his name? I can't remember. Anyway, it was basically, I am Antonio Banderas. I have a talk show. Welcome to my talk show. And the talk show consisted of his band leader, And he said, "The air conditioning is off. It is too hot in the studio. I must take off my shirt." The band leader says, "No, no, no, do not take off your shirt. It is too sexy, too sexy." And at which point he says, "And welcome to my, how do you say, show." But the gag is it's not funny without an audience. But the gag is basically that he'll pick words that just at random that he'll pause about and think. And how do you say show? Here is my next how do you say guest? It's basic shit, which is not funny when nobody laughs.
Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat what was said, so
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I feel iffy about this. I guess I've actually not replaced a nozzle before, at least not on a Prusa, but I guess it's all the same. So am I going to be able to grab this thing and plier it at the same time? All right, so this would have to go this way, loosen, right?
That's right, Mike. That is in hiragana. So, like I said,
all right.
Some characters I'm not 100% sure on, but what happened is I threw that into Google Translate, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what he was saying." Okay.
All right. What temperature do you like to replace nozzles at? Like 210 or something?
I usually go 210, 220. It's my preferred 215. Sometimes I do them at 205, believe it or not.
So because I don't have a
6,000 Kenvil, according to Mr. Buttram.
What's this?
Buttram likes to do it at 6,000 Kenvil.
Kenvil?
For his nozzle changes, yeah.
What measure is Kenvil, not Kelvin?
Kelvin. Sorry, Kelvin.
Celsius. Okay.
Yeah.
or 6,000 Kelvin. Yes. Okay. Ryan is making a science joke. I have not had coffee yet. We do not make science jokes when Colin has had no coffee.
Colin needs coffee.
All right. Let's see here. I also need a place to put my dead nozzle. Okay. This will work.
Yeah, you got a socket wrench that has all my metrics in it. Just makes
no, that's the problem. If I had a socket wrench, this would be significantly easier.
You just have
doing it with pliers is kind of a headache.
Oh, never change a nozzle with pliers.
Really? Think I should go wait and get a socket wrench?
The reason I say don't do it with nozzle is I've had issues when I've changed my nozzle with just using a regular I done it with a wrench itself. And I've changed nozzles before, but I found that with a socket wrench, it just snugs up just a little bit more, gives you a better
Yeah, okay. Well, I will wait and go dig up a socket wrench, do it later, because I wasn't looking forward to that anyway. All right, well, let's just put this thing back together and see if it prints. So much for that experiment. You'll have to read it out because I can't see the comments from here.
Well, okay. Well, he told us how hot Kelvin was. It was 10,000 Fahrenheit. LOL.
Right.
And Jake's like, well, that would tickle your pickle.
I don't do Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit conversions in my head this early.
Yeah, well, he was just telling us how hot that would be.
10,000 degrees. Well,
Yep.
you know, half the temperature of the sun or something?
Something like that. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, according to Jake, he's like, well, that will tickle your pickle. And his reply to Jake was, you're damn right. It would blister your booger hook too.
Blister your booger?
Hook.
Okay.
I guess
it wasn't the word blister that was confusing me there.
Well, I think at that temperature, it'd go right through your whole body parts, you know?
Yeah. Now, somewhere here, I have the book. Where is the holy book of Prusa? It tells me how to screw this shit back together. Come on, holy book of Prusa.
So what's everyone else been printing this week since they've been off? Well, we just had our nice long weekend. It was Monday, which was kind of nice, relaxed, and we're very, very, very relaxing.
Wee, holy book of Prusa.
Woo!
All right. So, yeah, I need to open up another window where I can see the comments.
Later, Lulu. Thanks for coming in. It's holiday can. I will celebrate it. No, that was this Monday. It was basically a civic holiday, which is just for the province of Ontario, basically. So wasn't across Canada, but yeah, any free day you can take it. Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, X-axis assembly or E-axis assembly. That helps. Get the right one. It did that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't keep my translate open. Ah, kisses to everyone. Interesting.
Okay, extruder motor. Now getting close here.
I'm gonna be back in 1 second. I gotta get a printer going. So,
all right, extruder motor onto. Let's see now. So I guess we take All right. M3 by 30 screws and insert them into the holes. Bottom, left, and right. M3 by 30. I used to be able to identify these things very easily. Shit. Stay open to the right page, damn you. M3 by 30. Okay, so this is an M3 by 30. Strangely, though, not all the same size. So what gives here? It says 2 M3 by 30. This does not bode well. Is that an M3 by 30? Looks like it might be. Please tell me I didn't lose screws out of this. For my spares were all used on my second Prusa Bear. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. I can't see chat here. This is one of those great failings of StreamYard. I guess what I can do is we're gonna pop it out from another window. Pop out chat. There we go. Now I can sort of vaguely see what's going on.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I'm just getting that printer going, so make more of these coins because I'm going to need these for when I go down to the Maker Faire. Give out the coins, give out my cards. Hopefully drum up some business for the channel and give you guys some more content.
How do I not have the appropriate number of M3 by 30 screws? So my current dilemma here is that I used all of the items out of my Prusa Spares hardware kit to build my other Prusa style extruder on my Mark II Bear that I did. And I was a Mark III style extruder on the Mark II Bear. And I'm trying to figure out how I had this screwed together. It clearly was together. So
sure about that? I'm sure you had your coffee.
No, I hung around here to entertain the troops, but I didn't have the chat open, so I was not that entertaining until you got back, and then I figured I'd go get my coffee.
Okay, go get your coffee.
That's weird. You're weird. Holiday in Canada. Oh, that's top chat. That doesn't help.
Yeah, go to live chat.
Yeah, well, no, the problem is if you're on live chat and you go to pop out the chat, it jumps to top chat by default. Yes, we're all weird. Yes, apparently we're all weird.
Yeah.
Inappropriate number of screws. Yes, well,
we're all
the appropriate number of screws? Do you take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes? I guess it depends who you ask.
Well, it's the old saying goes, how many idiots does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Mm-hmm. And how many does it take?
I don't know. There are many. Let's put it this way. I've heard that joke a million times. I've never gotten the answer right.
I'm trying to remember somebody, a Montrealer told me a joke about how many Canadians does it take to turn in to screw in a light bulb, but I can't remember the punchline.
Ah, well, Tanner's gone into World of Warcraft. He's now playing that now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you left the stream.
Oh, you didn't discern this from chat? You discerned this from his YouTube channel?
No, I pulled this off of the I have him on Discord, and Discord will tell you whatever game you're playing. So I can see it says World of Warcraft is what Ricky is playing.
Well, and I guess World of Warcraft is more entertaining than we are. I'm offended.
We are
are you offended? I'm offended.
I'm not offended.
You're not offended?
Okay. Nah. It takes a lot to offend me.
Yeah, well. All right, let's see here. Oh, well, that's why it. Oh, duh. Let's see if I can get a picture of this. I was rummaging through my bucket of screws, right? Mm-hmm. Looking for the relevant screw. As it turns out, I did not remove the screws from the chassis. I left them there because I knew I would have trouble keeping track of them if I removed them.
Oh, Colin.
Planning is a very useful thing, You can't underestimate the value of planning until you forget what you've planned to do.
There's your answer, Colin. The answer is all the idiots, every single one.
No. I'll buy that.
We're winning. Well, my count went up. We're now sitting at 198. It was down to 196. Now we're back to 198 again. Oh. Apparently, Mr. Buttram has something to say to you.
Huh?
Says Colin.
Oh. I'm leaning over the thing. I can't see what's going on. I can't see it when it's displayed there either. I'm trying to put a printer back together.
I'm trying to read it out to you, but you keep interrupting me.
Go ahead.
He says, Colin, you're the least goodest Prusa builder I know.
Well, no, this is. Wait, I don't remember this being. I remember this being a problem when I was disassembling it, but I don't remember this being a problem when I initially assembled it. The length on these screws that hold the motor in are just
a pain in the butt. Yeah,
they're just not quite. I mean, you could easily put another couple of millimeters on it, and it would make life a lot easier. But yeah, they're right at that ragged edge of usefulness.
Yeah, we're at 299 subscribers right now. If I can hit that 300 mark, that would be perfect.
But you were at 299 subscribers before I left for Vegas.
Yeah, and then I dropped 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant the 298 is what it was showing in Streamlab in Social Blade. I just clicked it on. It says 299. I like to hit that 300 mark just to hit that 300 mark and say we've done it, you know. But I'm hoping that, you know, go to that Maker Faire, videotape a whole bunch of good stuff, show you guys, even though I may not have a lot of video, I just want enough that I can, you know, at least put out something for you guys to see, you know, hopefully.
What is the problem here? Is this just not aligned? The least goodest Prusa builder, huh? I'll show you, damn it.
If you did, Mr. Buttram, thank you so much. Good. You know, it's weird though. I know you guys can't hear it, but I can hear my printer and it's just humming loud as ever, just printing out what it needs to print. But yeah, I'm hoping soon to go pick up. Hey, D, thanks for coming on, man.
Why can I not get this to align? What the hell? Damn it.
Hey, D, thanks for coming on. I understand you're busy, but yeah, thank you so much for stopping in. I do appreciate it. Right now, we're watching Colin do his.
We're watching Colin try to align the 3 screws on this motor.
Yep.
On the extruder motor, but I'm failing in the most embarrassing way.
Probably because you have your headphones on.
Well, it doesn't help. But it also doesn't help that I'm trying to do this while the wiring is still in. If I really wanted to do this precisely, I would do it. I would take it out, but it shouldn't be this hard. It just shouldn't be this hard.
It's always this hard.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if Mr. Tanner's still watching us. From what I could tell, you were playing World of Warcraft, so I think you left. I don't blame him. This stream has been very boring.
That's what we're here for. We're here to test your patience.
Yeah. How long will you last?
I mean, some people stream to entertain people. Some people stream to entertain themselves.
Oh, it says
we
he's still
stream to
watching.
as a giant psychological experiment.
No, Ricky's still here. He says he's still watching. Or are you watching and playing World of Warcraft at the same time? You got two dual monitor? That would answer all, but
all right, that helps a little bit, I guess.
I guess so, Mr. I guess so, really, Mike. Yep, two monitors. Jake, why are you letting your cat sniff your armpits? Why?
I'm more concerned as to why you felt the need to share it.
That's another question I have. Yeah.
I mean, I let my cat sniff my armpits all the time, but I don't feel the need to announce it on a stream.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. I guess I should have a cat if I make that joke.
Oh, you don't have a cat?
I don't have a cat.
I have one cat now. Used to have two. Now I just have one.
I've always been a dog person.
I can understand that, but I know that as a podcaster / printer, I notice that a lot of people like to post their picture when their cat is laying on their bed and they go, "Ooh, what type of filament was that you use?" You know? Those little jokes.
It looks very realistic. I can't see the layer lines.
Yeah. One guy posted his cat sitting up on his bed and it's just got his paws up and he's like, "Look what just came off my printer," and everybody's like going, "Oh my god, how'd you do that with no supports?"
What
Any
the
reason you
hell
don't
is
have one now,
wrong
D,
here?
or just you got too many dogs that are like cats? Though I had this one cat called Tigger. The cat acted like a dog in a lot of ways. It'd follow you in the morning, get up when you got up, try to trip you down the stairs as every dog and cat would like to do. Would follow you everywhere around the house. And then once you left, you just go and lay down and curl up in the ball and lay down. My cat never meowed though. My cat only went grunt. So like meow, 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 meow. It's almost like it was a dog trapped in a cat's body.
I do not understand this.
Oh, you want to tell us what's going on?
It feels like the screw is well, it's not stripped, but it isn't catching on the threads of the motor. The threaded holes in the motor mount. And I do not understand why. I mean, I got one of them in.
Yeah, I had Maine Coon too. But she went cuckoo and would only drive wet food. And then had this uncontrollable urge to pee on carpet. For no apparent reason. Her litter was clean, but she would
You're
pee
being
on
very
carpet.
generous calling it uncontrollable.
Well, she was uncontrollable in the sense that she would pee on the carpet. Every time you clean her litter box would be perfectly clean, but she would pee on the carpet.
For all you know, she was very much under control and just hated you.
I don't know. Had to put her down because it just 5 years.
I only ever had barn cats as a kid. So they never came in the house, and occasionally they would disappear. When I was 30, I found a cat skeleton under a yew bush.
Ooh.
So I know where one of the barn cats went, but they were there to catch mice and did their thing, and they did a decent job of it. But don't try to pet them.
Yeah, they were feral then.
Well, they weren't that feral, but they were not
friendly.
They were not indoor cats in any sense.
Yeah. Well, they like it out there. They got used to that weather.
Yeah, that was their lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one cat we think it's been abused by a male because it's affectionate with my mother, but when I try to pet it, it runs away from me. It's scared of me.
Huh.
It's weird. It's a weird cat, but But apparently he was rescued from a barn. We're kind of thinking the cat was abused. Was that they don't tell us that he was abused, but the story was kind of odd.
That is not the right size. I wonder if this. It's not quite rounded over. It should be useful. Let's try the other one. That's more rounded over than the other one.
Was he ever fixed?
My cat knows things. Yeah, well, they're gonna blackmail you. That's how they expect to survive after the first year and a half after you get bored of them.
Yeah. Apparently, Jake's cat likes to spoon him at night.
Oh, two spoon. Okay, that's different. Question is the cat the big spoon or the little spoon?
Do we really need to know?
Well, I'm more interested in the size of the cat than Jake's preferences, but
Oh, brother. Never mind. My cat spoons sometimes with me too, but there's a reason they do that. And it's going to sound kind of weird, but cats like warmth. So if you're warm or you're hot during nighttime, they will cuddle up to you because they want to absorb your warmth. But at the same time, they're actually just getting you even hotter. So yeah.
I don't know. I was living with my grandparents for a summer. I don't know. This is like my freshman year in college or something like that. And I was never allergic to cats before that. I mean, I had them growing up, and they weren't around all the time, but I was fine. But in the room where I was staying, that's where they kept the cat. This is the cat that could not interact with the other cats.
Oh, geez.
And
I know cats are like that.
Yeah. So, the cat, what was his name? Butterscotch. Um, he decided that he was going to sleep with me, and he would sit on my head while I'm asleep, and I'd end up with fur in the throat. It was bad. Anyway, I came away from that summer significantly more allergic to cats than I'd ever thought I would be.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Okay, later, D. We understand. Thanks for coming in, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out, man. All right, we will try this again. Eventually, Colin will get this right. What if I up a little bit so I can get a marginally better angle here? Yeah, I think this is just rounded over and it's just not going. That is particularly irritating.
What's that?
No, the hex key is just rounded over. I think that's what's causing it to not. Well, maybe it's not going now either. So maybe it's not. I don't know.
Maybe you stripped the hole.
No, I mean I've not stripped 2 bolts, and I've not stripped the hole. You can't really strip the threads on the. You're not gonna strip steel threads on the motor mount
No,
or
I meant
motor
on the bolt
chassis.
itself. So at the very top, where you see the rectangle, where you put the hex key in there, did you strip that? Is what I meant.
Oh, no, not no. I don't think. No, it's still got hexness to it.
Okay. I would ask.
No, it's a good question. Okay, so that in there. If I just hold it tighter, is that going to do it? Well, that works. Looks like it just wasn't grabbing onto the threads in the motor housing.
Interesting. So Zemi's coming down for some type of thing that Mr. Hutchins holding. So that's kind of cool.
God damn it. Maybe I'm just going to have to take this whole fucking thing apart in order to get the right angle on this to screw it in. So Ryan may be right. Maybe I'm the least bestest Prusa builder.
So rewatching. So apparently online, I'm just going through all the tweets that were posted earlier this morning.
Score.
Score.
I finally got it aligned.
Okay.
Okay, tweets. Yes.
Yeah. So Tanner 3D is rewatching Robotech, which is kind of interesting because he's watching the I believe it is Southern Cross is what you're into right now. Robotech was actually 3 different shows merged to one. So Robotech is the first one was known as Macross. Then I think Mospeada was second, and the third one was called Southern Cross. I'm just checking right now.
Yeah, I don't remember the order of them, but I do recall seeing them as a child at like 5:30 in the morning. I would wake up at this ridiculous hour to go watch the TV on a very, very lowest volume because I didn't have headphones, and I would watch this, and that was my first introduction to anime as a kid.
Yeah. Go away. I don't want to donate any money to you.
I think so. Where would one find Robotech these days? Netflix?
Yeah. Okay, so actually it was the new generation is what it's saying here. Netflix has it, so does Hulu. I think he watched this on VTech or something like that. But I remember, I'm just trying to find which one. It was the 85 episodes because they couldn't air it out here in the States because it wasn't long enough. So television is Central Macross, then Super Dimension Cavaliers Southern Cross, and then the last one was Genesis Climber Mospeada. Okay. So he's in Mospeada right now, which is the third season of Robotech. But I do remember Robotech just being the Macross saga, and that's all I watched. And then I watched the last two episodes of Macross, which never got aired in the US because they wasn't American enough. Oh, Voodoo. So it's VUDU. But here's something that a lot of people didn't understand is that there are 2 episodes missing. You got up to episode 24, 25, and 26 of the Robotech Macross saga was never aired. Instead, they aired the movie. Which, yeah, so the movie that they're talking about on here from looks like it's called Robotech The Untold Story. It's a feature film. First new Robotech Adventures, premiere original series. It used footage from Megazone 23, Part 1. Weird. And combined with scenes from Southern Cross, in addition to production and film. Interesting. I remember Road Cross, the movie, which was actually, I think it was the second Robotech, which was the first Robotech. Oh my God, Macross. What is Macross? Search for Love or something like that. Song for Love, which is an amazing movie at the end.
I don't know which episodes were what. I remember at one point the main characters were on a ship, and at one point they were on Earth, and there seemed to be no point at which the ship ever got launched. That sort of turned me off to the whole thing.
It was called Macross. Do You Remember Love? That was the movie I was trying to remember. Because they put out the Robotech Do You Remember Love, which had some information removed, you know? So it was like, eh. You have another reason to delete Discord? Sorry to hear that. Mike's getting rid of Discord.
Another reason to leave, go watch Robotech? Well, I don't know. What was that the gist of it?
He says MK3. So the first one was MK3 ? Wait until 4:30 p.m. Eastern and use Bruiser's chat support. LOL. Then he says, wait, and now I have another reason to delete Discord.
Oh, okay. No, I don't need Shane to talk me through how to screw this back together. I just need to be able to align things correctly so the screws actually go in. That was really the key problem there. But is that the thing now? We just wait for 4:30 to be so Shane is on, and we don't get ridiculous answers like, we'll just send you a new power supply.
Yeah. I have no idea. That's like you're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay, so now this must go back on.
Well, Discord only tells you what games you're playing. If you're playing a game, if you're doing anything else, then no, it won't tell you that. So that's how I knew Ricky Tanner's still playing World of Warcraft, because it tells me. I can look at their Discord information, and the Discord information will tell me if they're playing a game or not. That's all.
All right. I'm clearly reassembling this in very much the wrong order. However.
Oh, wow. That's kind of interesting. Did not know that my favorite anime group was in charge of doing the translation notes for Macross, which is Animigo.
Huh.
They did the translation notes for and culture notes for Super Dimensional Force Macross Linear Notes by Animigo from 20. They did in 2001 of 12/21, and that's when actually Robotech was re-released on DVD. For the English world, that was for the Macross movie. But yeah, it was also the same time, I believe, also when they released Macross, and they released all the episodes in different in a full different order or something like that. Because I know that if you were to pick up the Robocross TV series from I want to say ADV, but I know that they changed their name to something else now. They do have the Japanese subtitled edition, which has the extra 2 episodes that we did not see out here, subtitled on their DVDs. And they got to break down to, and it says Macross. It says Robotech, the Macross Sega, the Macross Southern Cross Sega, and then not Macross, say Robotech, Macross Sega, Robotech, the Southern Cross, and there was Robotech Super Dimensional Force, which all have the extra episodes that did not air on their subtitled version, which is kind of weird.
Super Dimensional Force?
Well, Super Dimensional Force is what Macross stands for.
Oh.
The full title is the Super Dimensional Fortress Macross is the name of the title. But everybody just calls it Macross. But if you want a real good continuation of what Macross kind of left out, you got to see the movie Macross Plus. And I'll tell you this right now. Do you remember an old movie that came out called Stealth?
Yeah.
Stealth was kind of a ripoff of the Macross, of what Macross Plus was.
Was it?
It was very similar to it, yeah.
Stealth was the one about the stealth fighter that decided to go off on its own and
yep,
kill a bunch of people, right?
Yep. It wanted to go blow up. It said its mission wasn't completed yet and wouldn't listen to anybody. They had to end up fighting it. There's a scene in Macross Plus where the guy is basically he's still a pilot, but he controls the plane with his brain. And there's a rivalry between him and another pilot, and you can see a lot of resemblance from that to what's going on in Macross Plus, to these planes that all of a sudden activate. There is that type of, you do feel that they draw their inspiration from that, because a lot of things that you just go, why does this feel so much like Macross Plus? And it's like, because it is almost like Macross Plus.
Well, I was never a big enough anime fan to draw that inference when I saw it, but
Well, if you've never seen the Macross Plus movie, which was never aired,
I'm sure that I did. Well, if it was never aired, maybe not. But
yeah, took a lot of reference from that movie and kind of made its own thing. But I saw what they were trying to do, and I went, they tried to do something here. I know what they were trying to do. It just didn't work for them. So.
What have I done wrong here? That is not going to go in with that screw. And I think it's not supposed to. No, I guess it is. That's irritating.
Huh. So apparently there's supposed to be a live action movie of Robotech coming out.
Really?
Yep.
That seems like it would be extremely difficult to implement.
You think that, but apparently they hired.
Well, then again, everything could be green screen now. It's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I shall come back to that. $18, $30, and $40. All right.
Interesting. So Harmony Gold owns Harmony Gold is now is selling houses now.
Who's doing this?
Harmony Gold. They own a housing division and they own a movie division. Some stuff.
Harmony Gold. I've never heard of them.
They're not big.
Okay.
I'm looking at their list right now. It's a really weird list of stuff that they own. Basically, all their biggest owning is Robotech.
Oh, okay. Movies and housing. Well, I guess there's something to be said for just going after whatever market is going to generate the largest return.
Yeah, Robotech.com is back. Okay, whatever. Join the community. Huh. Weird stuff that I didn't even know that Robotech was still a thing. Apparently the website's still a thing. Huh.
No one's going to let valuable intellectual property like that go to waste. They'll just do like Mattel does and reintroduce it every generation.
Yep.
I was significantly less impressed with G.I. Joe when they decided that
so apparently
they were going to fight all robots instead of people anymore.
Apparently, Harmony Gold has renewed its license to their license to own Macross, Southern Cross, and Mospeada anime series. Well, bring it out in Blu-ray. That's what I'm waiting for.
And so they own the rights only in the U.S.?
No, they own the international. They own the rights to the words Robotech and such. So yeah. Hang on. It said it was on Streameria episode on Vudu, Roku, Netflix, and Amazon Prime has it now.
Yeah,
Amazon, Netflix, Vudu, and Roku.
I'll have to add that to my list of things to see from my childhood.
Yeah, no, I heard about the He-Man movie that they're talking about building. So basically, Mattel has owned. Speaking of Mattel, according to Tanner, he says there's a new live-action He-Man movie being made.
Huh.
I heard a little bit about the He-Man movie, but yeah.
Okay. Next.
That is one movie I've not watched yet. Was the Pacific Rim Uprising?
Yeah,
I heard
it wasn't as good as the first one.
The first one was just smart.
The first one was pretty decent. The second one, I mean, it's watchable. I don't.
Huh. Rocket Man's now available to rent. That didn't last long in theaters at all. Yeah, right now I am in the process. If you guys saw me having a whole bunch of DVDs behind me, I'm in the process right now of turning all my DVDs into downloadable media so I can actually access them when I'm on the go and just have them all on my iPad. One time I get to watch movies now is when I'm traveling back and forth between here and Toronto. Yeah, I'm just looking at Vudu right now. I'm just seeing if it's available for me to sign up for it. So I'm just seeing what's free on their service. A lot of stuff is free with ads, but that's about it.
Vudu, that's the Walmart service, right?
I have no idea if it is Walmart, but
I
it does
think
look a lot like
Vudu is owned
Walmart.
by Walmart.
There's one way to find out. Walmart, yeah. One of Walmart's companies. That's kind of interesting.
I thought Vudu sort of died quite a while ago. Or was on death's door or something. Maybe not. What happens here? This gets shoved up into this groove. And then, okay.
Yeah, we'll see, Joe Paddock, if that movie does come out. Apparently they only got one person casted for He-Man, and the actor's name is Noah Chinino. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. But
well, how many people do they need casted for He-Man? Is it going to be like Spider-Man Into the Dark or whatever, Out of the Dark or whatever, where they have people getting injured on the set every third day?
I didn't hear about that. Oh boy.
Oh no, it was obviously not a very funny joke. So there was a Broadway play, a Spider-Man Broadway play, and the wire work done in the play live.
Oh yeah,
was so dangerous that the cast was constantly being injured, and they were having to swap people out constantly.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So if you want to watch the original, oh, that's kind of nice. So if you guys are interested in the actual Macross, what I'm talking about with the edited scenes and everything else, and you want to watch it, and you're willing to suffer through subtitles, Voodoo did put out Macross on their channel, the original uncut version.
Huh.
So it is on there, Macross, and then they have, which is only one season. It's only 26 episodes, but they have the uncut version up on there, which is kind of nice. I gotta go change my printer. I'll be back. It's beeping. I mean, change filament.
All right, let's see here. M318s. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to go
How's
change the
print
color
coming?
in the printer.
How's
They're coming
print
out pretty
coming?
good. They're all coming out right, and hopefully soon I will have a whole bunch of new coins printed. So yay!
Maybe I should just give up on this trying to do this at an angle where people can see it and just do it at the angle that's convenient.
That would be the best way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. For I am not Tom Sandlatter, and I am not doing this for the first time where other people have not seen it.
Well, I'll let you get to that, but I was just going to tell you guys. I'm actually going to call it a day. So I want to thank everyone for coming in. I know this was probably not the most eventful one, but hopefully you guys got something out of it. Like I said, I'll be at Maker Faire on the 25th. I still don't know what I'll be doing there. Either I'll be recording for the channel for sure, but I don't know if I'll be doing if I'll have my printer set up or anything like that, because, well, here's the situation. If I show up there, I don't want to leave unattended. So I'm hoping that a third person that said he was going to come will come. If he doesn't, then yeah, the printers don't come out. But if he does show up, then yeah, I'll put the printers out for display, and I'll have some of my stuff out for display. But yeah, so you guys are going to be available to come out to Hamilton. I know it's a 1 day thing. Yes, I know it's a little bit far, but it's not too far for Joe to come out, I think. But then again, Joe has to get his passport and everything else renewed, so he may not be able to come out. So, but if any of you guys do happen to be in Ontario, come on out. If you're an Ontario listener, hey, like to see you out there. If you see me recording, if we're done the interview or whatever, come say hi, shake my hand. I'll be more than happy enough to meet you. Colin, you got anything else to add?
No, I'm sufficiently frustrated that I can't put words together. So when is this Maker Faire, by the way?
It is going to be in Hamilton on August the 25th. It's a mini Maker Faire.
Cool. Well, being on the other side of the country, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, but it's always nice to see these things happening everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm sure you'll come back with lots of snazzy footage, so that'll be cool.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, folks. Hopefully by the time we do this next week, I'll have a working printer. We shall see. I am actually doing I'm modifying my Mark II Bear that I brought to IRF last year into a 32-bit Mark III Bear, or Mark III-ish Bear. Once I get this thing back together, I will be able to start printing parts for that. Thanks to Alien 3D, who's providing some filament, some snazzy Hertz filament.
Nice.
And I will have a snazzy, cool thing for IRF 2019. One hopes. We're also hoping to be able to make available the Hertz filament in a more widely available in the U.S. It's been thus far ordered piecemeal, which is not such a good deal.
Well, I will look forward to seeing it once you guys get everything done. Unfortunately, I will not be at IRF this year.
Bummer.
Yeah. Well, it falls on Thanksgiving that we have out here in Canada. So
yeah, I know. And being nice, pleasant, friendly Canadians, you actually want to interact with your families.
Exactly.
Which, I don't get it, but okay.
You don't get it. Nice. I'll remember that. See if you're ever invited on the stream again.
we know, we see your priorities, family and pleasantness and all this. I don't know, man. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Catch you next time.